How many do we have? Did you all count?
Hello, everybody. Oh,
6, right?
best videos ever. We love doing these.
Oh, man, you ain't kidding. All right, so we've got the 3 right here. It's going to finish out the leg of the P.
Wow.
And then these 3 right here that starts on the, I guess that would be the circle of the P. I don't know. I mean, I'm just an idiot. I don't have a clue here. So anyhow, but we've got 6. So let's have Kim ceremoniously read the names.
And I hope I pronounce everybody's name correctly.
Yeah, me too.
Mallory. And then a mom and son, Carrie and Matt. And then a mom and 2 boys, Heather, Justin, and Alex.
Wow.
Yes. And we have an old timers, L. Air.
Nice.
Welcome everybody to your freedom.
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is just a wonderful feeling because it just continues to show Watchtower how much control they're losing.
I do have an apology too.
You do?
Yeah, a while back we did a nail in coffin, and Joelle, I want to apologize. You know, I really should ask everybody and not assume that Joel means Joel. So I apologize, and when we wished you a happy birthday, you know, I apologize for that too. So 2 times I mispronounced his name.
And it was absolutely a pleasure talking with you on the phone a couple days ago.
Mikey's a little tired. He's been working.
Oh yeah, you bet.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting about Heather and her 2 boys is they have allowed us to share the story. Sorry, the sun's glaring in your afternoon window. Afternoon window.
And you talk about me being tired. Good Lord.
Afternoon sun.
There you go.
Through the window.
There you go.
And I mean, we got enough sleep last night.
I know. I don't get this.
Getting old?
Could be. Could be.
Having too much fun? I don't know.
Yeah, that's got a lot to do with it, too.
Yes. All right, so back to serious stuff here. Heather has allowed us to tell her story because I felt this was one of those, if there was more stories of this, I think these type of experiences and stories do more damage to Watchtower than, you know, a couple knuckleheads, you know, reading something from an old book. You know, I think.
Well, unless that old book has anything to do with Judge Rutherford. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, that's just entertainment.
I mean, that's
that's
really.
Just entertainment.
Yes.
Yes. So Heather has some couple of good reasons of why her and her boys left. She says, "My husband and dad died in 2009, and so sorry about your loss.
Yes, absolutely.
I disassociated myself after my husband died so I could plan my dad's military funeral that I knew I couldn't plan as a witness. But I remained mentally still indoctrinated. So after my oldest son got very sick and had to be admitted to a hospital out of state, I went back to the same congregation. On November 21st, 2010, I was reinstated. I was reinstated on April 7th, 2011, but the brother that aided me and my husband into the truth wouldn't talk to me. We were ostracized to the point that it was still as if I was still disfellowshipped. It was bad. I kept trying over and over and over to make things right with this CEO brother because I knew no other way of making things right. He studied with our family for 4 years. I knew he was an elder, and if I never got his forgiveness, I would never be accepted by anyone. My 23-year-old son, in the meantime, came back home and accepted the truth on his own. The same brother that studied with my family, the ones who acceptance and approval, studied with my son all the way up until last week's before he was baptized. The other elders accused me of having inappropriate feelings for this brother and that I wanted something that belonged to me, and we were asked to start attending another Kingdom Hall. At Justin's baptism, we knew no one in our congregation. The brother had studied with our whole family, would not stand beside me at Justin's baptism, and turned his back to me and walked away when I tried to thank him and wanted to give him a hug. When we were at our new hall, they gave They gave a marking talk that paralleled our situation to a T, but the elders to this day deny that the talk was about our family. Yet we were treated as though we were all bad. All the friends would say to us, "Hi, glad you are here," and then walk away. My boys and I still continued to progress, spiritually, despite being treated like dirt under the friends' feet. I became a regular auxiliary pioneer for 4 months. You know, after all that and all that trying, and they still have to treat you this way.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Are you feeling the love?
I'm feeling pretty upset at this point. But I got 70 hours for those months, so in December of last year, I turned in my pioneer slip. I wanted to be a pioneer for Jehovah. I didn't expect the brother to do cartwheels when I handed him my application. He took it and said absolutely nothing to me and turned his back on me, just like the elder who had studied with our family and aided my son into the truth, the point of baptism. And I simply could not take it anymore when that elder turned his back to me and I turned back. And we have never been back. This kind of stuff needs to be brought out, and people need to know about the level of abuse and callousness that emanates from this hateful cult. So yes, I do give you and Mike permission to talk about what happened. It just hurts so bad. They talk about the prodigal son, but it's all a lie. Depending on who studied with you, how much power they have in the congregation, and if they want you there or not, regardless of how repentant you are or what you do for the congregation to prove your repentance. But that's not all.
Oh, there's more.
There's more. On this one, she says, "We would love to be part of the Coffin nails. Thank you so much. I would never in my life go back to that cult. I will not even be attending my judicial when it does eventually happen. I couldn't even stand to be near a kingdom. I know how you feel.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone in one again. The truth about truth rings so loudly. It rang personally for me the Thursday night. My 17-year-old and I met with 2 elders to tell them how one of the brothers who was alone with my son started talking to him about sexual things about a young girl in the Kingdom Hall. We were looked at like what was said wasn't important because after the meeting with them, they made my son and I leave out the side door we were in and re-enter the Kingdom Hall through the front door because the elders didn't want to upset the prospective pedophile.
Wow.
After reporting the incidents, the brothers again started talking about sexual things. So, prospective pedophile didn't stop.
Didn't stop, did it?
Yeah. When I told an elder again, all he said was, I talked to him, all he's going to say is he doesn't remember. Don't worry about what the guy says, he's just a loony. Later that week, I mentioned to that same elder that the van this idiot was driving had no handles on the back door. I asked him, if someone gets stuck back there, how are they going to get out? Almost like it was planned.
There's the warning signs.
Yeah, hello? He puts a kid in the back, and if the handles aren't working, how's the poor kid going to get out? Stupid, stupid elders, I'm telling you.
They are. Well, they are responsible more for waking people up than we ever could do.
Yeah. This is why elders are being held accountable in courts of law just because of this kind of garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so the elder thanked me for letting him know, and they were going to have an elders meeting about it that week. Oh, I'm sure nothing was done. Sunday morning, my boys and I came to the meeting, and there is a 6-year-old girl by the literature counter, no parents near her, talking to this very sick man and not an elder in sight watching his contact with kids. It sickens me what happens in this disgusting cult. I feel so bad for those who have suffered way worse than we did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there are a lot of people suffering, and, they've been abused inside the organization.
And then they have someone reporting that this guy is probably a prospective pedophile, and this is the way it's just blown off. It's just blown off like no big deal. Oh, he's just a loony. Oh, it doesn't matter that his handles, in the back of his van doesn't work. It's okay. My goodness.
I know.
Goodness.
And this is why we need to speak up and hold Watchtower even more accountable.
Yes.
Putting these experiences out for the public to hear, and especially Jehovah's Witnesses, might help them say, hey, you know what? I see a brother sitting in the front of the hall all the time talking to young kids. I mean, we've been in the Kingdom Hall when we had a brother who was a CO, presiding overseer, and his little trick to get the kids around him was always having a pocket full of candy. Now, I'm not saying anything, and I'm not insinuating, because there are some genuine Jehovah's Witnesses that do care about the welfare of the children. But at the same time, as parents, as much as Watchtower is being exposed for the pedophilia problem and child abuse, maybe we ought to start paying a little more closer attention to what's going on in a room where we think we're safe.
Yeah, exactly. And before I forget, I want to thank everybody, so far for the Christmas cards that I've gotten. It's like, I love getting Christmas cards. And if anybody wants one, you don't mind me knowing your mailing address, just go to watchtower.expose, click on contact, and send me your mailing address, and I will send you a Christmas card. And also, for those of you who want to talk about these horror stories, I keep forgetting to mention it, but Mark and Cora have come up with a wonderful idea, and we have put the page on our website, watchtower.expose, and click on, there's a Watchtower Survivor Library there.
Yeah.
And you just go down in the comments, and you just have to do the little, CAPTCHA math problem in your head, and then just write down the sum, the answer, and then just leave your comment there, and your story, your experience, whatever you want to share. Because, and thank you everyone for those of you who've already posted there, because, it's the thing, we have to have a support for all of these victims, and, it's just very disturbing. And before we leave you, there is a new confidential elders letter that's already all over the internet, and it's just
for
interesting.
Those that haven't seen it, or
I'm just going to mention real quick that in Australia, the branch in Australia is asking for anyone, and of course confidential, but they're asking for anyone who are qualified as solicitors, barristers, certified practicing accountants, or chartered accountants, and to contact the branch there, and so they need your help. I wonder why.
Well, we all heard Jeffrey Jackson commit to that the Watchtower organization might just be willing to have a fund set up to help victims, and maybe this is part of it. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, you never know. That lawyer, their head lawyer that was testifying on the Royal Commission, I would imagine, since he perjured himself, that he's out of a job. So they need a new head lawyer at the Australian branch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So, again, go ahead.
I was just going to say, welcome to...
Yeah, again, before we go, this is always an honor and a pleasure to do this. We're so glad that, we come up with this idea, and that it's very effective, and it's helping everybody to be part of something that's good. Yes. And it just, again, welcome your freedom. If there's anything Kim and I can do to help you along your way, again, please contact us at watchtower.expose. Just hit the contact button, and we'll get to you just as soon as we can.
As soon as we can. And, if you need a nail pounded on here or in the Old Timers, you can contact us at the same place and let us know, or we're on Facebook.
Yeah.
So just let us know, and we'll be happy to add you to this new coffin lid. And I want to thank everybody. We have the best friends in the world, and thank you so much for your love and support and your friendship and everything. And I think that's all I have to say.
We'll catch you next time around.
You all have a great weekend.
Bye.